In a universe of descending gods, mutants defying fate and magic-twisting laws.
Mutants alter fate and where magic corrupts natural laws. There is a different force, precise, silent, implacable. A force that depends not on innate gifts or ancestral spells, but on the progress of logic, mechanical perfection, and the accumulated knowledge of entire civilizations. Today we walk through the steel doors of the Battle Lab. Today we enter the world of the technology class. Titanium Titans, centuries programmed to kill cyber warriors forged to resist, analyze, and annihilate, from brilliant minds grounded in vibranium armor to synthetic entities designed to dominate.
They don't feel, they don't hesitate, they just execute. This top is based on available 7-star characters, analyzing their performance in both attack and defense, in wars, raids, long and short content. And yes, as always, some legendary 6 stars will have their moment of glory, but not here. But remember well, this top is personal, it is not absolute, it is not law, it is a celebration of technological power seen from my experience, analysis, and battles fought in the sand. If you have another order, another favorite, share it in the comments, but do it with respect, without insults, and without despising any summoner. Because here we all fight with the same tools and only who masters them better changes. So get ready, check your protocols, recharge your system, and adjust your armor, because this is not magic, it's not destiny, it's design, it's evolution, it's technology. Wakanda's most advanced technology comes into play. She doesn't need armor, she is the armor. She is Shuri, Herrera's scientific genius, lethal and heir to the legacy of Panthers and Kings. Shuri doesn't come to talk, she comes to electrify the battlefield. The Shuri attack is a beast technique of damage due to disadvantages. Each blow leaves high voltage in the opponent, a constant energy damage that corrodes from within and doesn't stay there. With her strong punch, Shuri updates all the high voltage disadvantages, keeping them latent alive, as if your enemy were caught in a deadly energy loop. But the best comes after his overkill that one gains accuracy upgrades, and with another hard hit transforms his voltages into high critical voltages, bursts of damage that accumulate per second, shredding even the toughest defenders. An ideal champion for long missions, but that adapts perfectly to any game mode. Where there is electricity, there is power in defense. Shuri also commands respect. Trying to stop her is a mistake. She is immune to stopping, and if she manages to throw a strong punch, it enters the special failure state, where the attacker's blows just don't go in, leaving you vulnerable with no answers. Don't get confused. Beneath that smart suit and her smile lies a ruthless strategist, a lethal scientist, and one of the great technological minds of the Marvel Universe. That's why Shuri opens this top, because the future is Wakandian. Rank 9. From the shadows of chaos emerges a figure enveloped in fire, smoke, and pure destruction. He is the rider of combustion, the specter of techno-terror, Jack O'Lantern, a specialist in explosive attack, a true executioner of unsuspecting opponents, and one of the best instant incineration users we have ever seen. Jack's every critical hit not only cuts, it detonates his punches. They set the cons on fire, consuming them instantly and inflicting brutal combustion damage that very few champions have. They can hold their own, and if you thought that was it, wait for Super Attack 2, a combination of missiles, fury, and flames that raises the damage to unsustainable levels for any defender. But the scariest thing about Jack Conlander is that they make themselves the title of Mutant Killer. Why? Because when he fights the characters of the mutant class, he does not apply interaction, he applies plasma, an energy disadvantage that goes through most of his immunities, burning his mutant cells to the foundation. And you want more? Jack not only burns, he also survives. He has a special ability that makes him. In Oslo's perfect counter, every time he receives energy damage, a considerable portion of his life is healed. It sounds useful to you because it already is with Lantern. He is not a simple villain, he is a tactical combustion machine, a master of field control and a threat that if you don't know, will erase you before he can react to you. Therefore, in this top, the fire burns with position number 9. In position number 8. There are machines that are designed to serve and others that are forced to annihilate, but only a few evolve to become legends of battle. Today we honor one of them, the empty-eyed warrior, the titan with a code soul. Warlock may not be new, it may not have explosive animations, but Warlock hasn't aged 1 second in the arena. Its offensive gameplay remains one of the most useful and complete in the game thanks to its dreaded organic technovirus. Warlock blocks any regeneration attempts from the opponent and transforms them into pure pain. If he dares to heal with his super attack 1, he drains the enemy's power without compassion, and with his super attack 2, he unleashes his full potential for damage, unleashing a shower of electricity and suffering. Furthermore, with his strong blows, he launches constant bleeding, amplifying his offensive presence without the need for complex rotations and in defense. Warlock is a real tank if you go into combat with one. The character that heals you will make the biggest mistake possible because Warlock will activate his virus as soon as you touch him, and that means degeneration for you. It's tough, it's slow, but it's almost indestructible. His robot U mechanic makes it difficult to lower his life, and his defensive skills make him an annoying obstacle, especially in Alliance 1-2 regeneration wars. Warlock needs no introduction, he just needs a target because if you are infected, you are lost. That is why the virus lives, and Warlock claims this number 8 position. In position number 7. From the shadows of the Spider-Verse comes a vigilante loaded with sigil technology and destruction, a lethal operator, a master of deception, and a champion who serves equally well on both sides of the battle. Prowler is not the flashiest, he is not the loudest, but when he enters combat, silence becomes sentence. In attack, his style is based on a key principle, playing with the flow, a dangerous mechanic that when mastered becomes a tool of strategic torture. When the defender goes into a state of failure, Prowler can launch Super Attack 2 on him, and with it a rain of breaking disadvantages falls on the enemy. He is leaving layers of pain and draining his life without stopping. The more breaks, the more punishment, and the pattern repeats itself. The opponent's health bar melts, but that's on defense, where many underestimate Prowler and pay the price every time. A super attack activates the failure state again, and that means you can't safely attack him because your hits will just fail, leaving you exposed, vulnerable, and at his mercy.
At the right nodes, or if you confront him unknowingly, he will cage you in a cyber nightmare. Brawler doesn't need brute force to prevail, it just needs you to get it wrong once, and when you do, you're done. Due to his versatility, his latent threat, and his mastery of digital engagement, post number 7 belongs to him.
In position number 6. He's not new, but he's back, and this time he's not coming to patrol. Welcome to the Sentinel Bug, a machine created to hunt mutants, a weapon perfected by Caban at the Glorious Guardians event, and now an offensive and defensive beast that pulls no punches in attack. Sentinel is simpler to use than ever, but more devastating than you ever imagined. You just need a hard hit to apply the intimidation disadvantage, and then the brilliance begins. Hit in blocking as the research load, and when it reaches the defender is ready to be pulverized. Sub-attack 1, lethal demolitions that shatter his resistance, and sub-attack 2, fiery integrations that disintegrate health bars. And if you think this was it, wait for his unique ability in attack. If you are on a mission and your life is on the verge of chaos, launch Sub-Attack 3, and when the Sentinel animation is over, he is reborn to 100% life, a deadly defensive second chance. This is where many run into the impenetrable wall. When you reach his 100 charges of research, you can't take more than a small percentage of his life per hit. And if you manage to hit him, his strong blows activate Unstoppable, stopping your offensive and trapping you in his punishment. And when his health bar drops to 10%, he enters a state of brutal robustness, accumulating power at a dangerous speed, leading him straight to his lethal super attack. Sentinel is no longer a simple automaton. He is a reborn steel titan, a walking wall with fire at the core, and a threat that no one dares to ignore anymore due to his simplicity, his second life, and his new unleashed power. Position number 6 is yours in its own right. In position number 5. From the most restricted challenges of the CCP, from servers where only a privileged few have been able to test their potential, to the wall climber that redefined the concept of critical damage, the genius and prodigy, the young master of star technology, Spider-Man, enhancement of star. It may be locked for most, but those who have had the honor of unlocking them know perfectly well what it is capable of. The attack is a symphony of speed and precision. You only have to activate 10 attacks from the defender, and by doing so, you will activate his most lethal secret. Analysis charges that shoot their critical index into the clouds with each hit. A sharp damage storm cuts through rival defense, and if you reach the 2.10 active charges super attack, prepare to witness critical damage brutality accompanied by devastating disadvantages of high voltage. It's fast, it's lethal, and if you know move, no one can touch you on defense. It's not his favorite terrain, but don't underestimate it on difficult nodes. Its automatic illusion ability can ruin your plans, and its speed to respond with critical hits. He can punish you in the blink of an eye if you make a mistake. Spider-Man Star's improvement is not only a tribute to the ingenuity of Tony Stark but also to the skill of the players, because with him agility becomes damage and knowledge is transformed into victory due to his offensive versatility and his explosive hidden potential. Position number 5 is yours. Put post number 4 on the threshold between man and machine. Between the cold ration of the algorithm and the programmed hatred of the mutant gene rises a figure of systematic terror bastion, a hybrid being, a lethal fusion of technology and purpose, created to hunt, optimized to destroy, specialized in annihilating mutants. The Bastion attack is a storm of techno-organic precision. With each hit infects the defender with charges of techno-mechanical virus, a deadly countdown that upon reaching 30 charges activates the techno-mechanical infection, the point of no return. And here comes the moment. Master executes a strong and fair blow on the second impact, launches sub-attack 2. The reward, a rain of damage from bursts of disintegration that shreds life bars as if they were paper, a surgical attack, an inevitable punishment, a reminder that technology does not forget or forgive. And on defense, although his glory is in the offense, don't underestimate his defensive side. His super attacks are difficult to dodge and his passive damage from infections can become torture if the aspirant has no control over the combat pace. One mistake, one poorly done luck, and Bastion infects you, disintegrates, and knocks you out of games. Bastion is not a simple warrior, it is a declaration of technological supremacy, a coded revenge against evolution and for its destructive offensive power and its unpredictable disruptive defense. Position number 4 is yours. With position number 3, we enter
Deep inside the Hydra's labs,
where science is twisted and morality is sacrificed. A man left his body and embraced eternity in the cold circuits of a machine. Artin Sola, the scientist who chose not to die, the digitized soul, the immortal strategist on the attack. Armin Sola is not for anyone. She is not a pulse and win character. She is a tactical challenge, a constant pressure dance. Her style of play revolves around cornering the defender in her corner and from there maintaining an incessant chain of strong blows, thus generating disintegration disadvantages that destroy the enemy's health at great speed. But here's the challenge, these disintegrations are fleeting. If you don't keep up the pressure and the IA doesn't decide to cooperate, the damage slips through your fingers like sand. Arden alone rewards patience, skilled people, those who know how to control space, because when you do it right, the result is pure digital devastation through disintegration disadvantages. But their real glory, their nightmare in Master Mina, is in defense. Zola has an absurd resistance to damage, as if every digital cell is protected by centuries of technological evolution, and as if that wasn't enough, it can passively stun you without warning, an ability known as sleep that leaves the attacker exposed, defenseless, paralyzed. And that's when Zola unleashes his fury, a storm of mechanical blows, soulless, merciless, a mistake, a carelessness, and Arnim destroys you. Armin Solan is not only a defender, he is a digital enforcer, a symbol of what happens when science is corrupted by power, by its offensive complexity of its insane defensive skepticism. The number 3 position belongs to him in L. Place number 2. When science is intertwined with fanaticism, when power is fueled by anger. The shield of the captain finds his most twisted reflection. An armored menace emerges, the remorseless Punisher. Red Skull, this character was underestimated for years, but since his glorious buff, he has resurfaced as one of the most feared walls in the game, because in defense, Red Skull is a constant punishment. Every time you try to hit and block, he reverses the damage directly onto you. A horror that many aspirants have paid for with their entire life bar. And that's not all. When his Super Attack 1 gets an auto-lock upgrade, you do dare to attack him while he has it. Get ready for a stop and a counter-attack that will make you tremble, and with Super Attack 2, it becomes unstoppable. A machine that advances without brakes, placing high-voltage disadvantages that electrocute your hopes of victory. And in attack, it is not its natural terrain, but it can surprise you thanks to its ability to generate many improvements in robustness. It becomes an offensive wall, and when stopped, it also reverses damage to the opponent. a passive but efficient way to undermine the enemy's resistance. But where he really shines is with his Super Attack 2, a brutal discharge that if launched intelligently, applies high voltage and rips apart the opponent's health without compassion. Red Skull is not just defense, it is strategy, it is punishment, it is a symbol of the twisted order that Hydra represents, and for its lethal defensive capacity, its repressive blockade, and its unforeseen but effective attack. The position, a number 2, is yours. Get ready because there's only one left. And what's coming is the absolute master of the tech class. In a universe where time collapses, where machines dominate, and where technological evolution achieves its improvement, the ultimate warrior rises, a relentless shadow of the future, a sentinel of tomorrow who has come to rewrite the present Unman of the future. This character has been exclusive to the Heart of Fire event, and if you have it, keep it as a treasure because right now he is the best tech champion in the games. On defense, it's a living nightmare. Every time you hit it, it generates its nano toughness, and the more mass it accumulates, the more likely it is to deflect your blows. To hit him is to risk failing and failing against him. It's a death sentence, but there's more to it. If you happen to save power without launching super attacks, he will put a lethal power detonation disadvantage on you, and if you don't release that energy, he explodes in your face with brutal and careful damage with 6 or more charges. It can stun you passively, leaving you helpless, out of control at the mercy of its futuristic rage, and the attack is a lethal chess player. His style of play consists of intercepting. The defender's blows to charge his nano-robustness are a calculated risk, a dance between speed and precision once you have them at maximum. And if the rival has power deflation active, activate Super Attack 2 because each impact of that special becomes a torrent of damage per burst, disintegration that melts the opponent in seconds. An unstoppable, unforgiving, devastating siege of energy.
Ano in the future is more than a champion. He is a warning of tomorrow, a precision machine, a king of defense, and an annihilator of the multiverse. For its strategic quality, its devilish defense, and its absolute power both in attack and defense. The technological throne belongs to him. He's number 1.
And so we close the chapter on the technological class, a class full of ingenuity, strategy, and calculated destruction. From champions that nullify regenerations and burst armor to machines of the future that turn every second into a digital hell. The power of technology is not measured in damage alone, but in how you control the battlefield, and these 10 titans demonstrate it with every hit, every upgrade, and every handicap placed with surgical precision. But remember, this top is personal. If you do not agree, leave me your own top in the comments orderly, argued and with respect, no insulting or belittling anyone. Here we all learn, share, and above all, enjoy this great game. Don't forget to leave your like, subscribe if you haven't already, and activate the bell so you don't miss the next stop. And if you've made it this far, you're a true battle strategist. See you very soon with more rankings, analysis, and Marvelite ethics. Until then, bye-bye. And before? Once the video is finished, thank you very much to all of you who are members of the channel this July 2025. To become a member, you have the description of the video, and many thanks to the VIP Soris of Ana Banana, Eliel Ramirez, and Oscar Salmeron, and Facundo Juan being an authentic Sori. So thank you very much for being members of the channel.
Hello Cortana, I respect your perspective but have my reservations.